I know you feel indecisive whether you should break up with a friend or partner, but every time you hesitate, you're letting your life stay stuck. But what if you're not actually indecisive? What if deep down you're afraid to be alone, to be misunderstood and feel guilty? If you don't break these fears and let them go, you will never level up and achieve your dream life. Because remember, your future self is already living your dream life because they learned to let go of people who kept them stuck. Okay, besties, so today is the day that you're going to finally trust your gut, let them go, and stop being run by your fears. And I want to add the proof that I have no friends, no partner, and yeah, I'm living fully aligned with my dream life. And by the end, you'll see how you can too. So let's break first the fear of being misunderstood. One thing I want you to know is that you don't actually fear being misunderstood, but deep down you fear turning into the villain in their story. And here's the thing that you need to know. You cannot control how they see you, how they will perceive you after you break up with them. The thing you need to do is to explain to them in a mature way why you want to break up with them. Because this is the easiest way to prevent misunderstandings or you turning the villain or creating unnecessary drama. The mistake that people make is that either they ghost or try to criticize them, which is something that I used to do. The mature way to actually explain why you want to break up with them, obviously after you have processed your emotion, is to explain to them first. Say something grateful, positive, which is, I'm so grateful that you did this and, I value this friendship so much. And then say the reason why you want to break up with them, because it doesn't feel good when someone wants to break up with you without saying why they want to do it, So to not cause any drama or misunderstandings, you need to say it. So one neutral way to say is, I noticed that we are not aligned with each other because our needs are different. If they were the toxic ones, then you need to really make sure that this message is based on your personal experience, saying, I personally don't want to be in this relationship anymore because I feel that we are not aligned and I cannot be in this relationship anymore. And then end with, but I hope you the best. It should be, a short message. It doesn't need to be a paragraph. And obviously, you need to communicate this after you have already communicated your needs and whatever, and they still cannot show up, they don't have the capacity for it, then you have to send this message to them. And disclaimer, obviously this type of, message send, it worked for my personal experience. So please make sure to follow your gut, your intuition, based on how much you know that person. If you were just superficial friends, then you don't need to necessarily say them a goodbye messages, Really make sure to analyze your context first. Like every time I sent this type of message, it always worked out perfectly. Like it always ended peacefully, gracefully, like no drama, no misunderstanding. I know that before sending that message, you are probably going to feel uncomfortable. It's normal, okay? But then remember that you are doing it for your own peace. The moment you break up with them, you are going to quantum leap into a new timeline where you are going to attract better friends, a better romantic partner who is more aligned with you because the universe responds to your frequency, to your actions, to your intentions. That's the universe giving you a test to see if you are serious to live your dream life. Because guess what? I know that you're the type of person who is currently pursuing her goals to achieve their dream life. So the universe answers with that intention of yours by making sure to remove all the people who are not aligned with you and who are not meant to be on your side when you are living your dream life. And I know that it feels hard to break up with someone because then you feel guilty. There is a reason why your gut and intuition is saying to you, hey, you need to break up with them, okay? Because otherwise you wouldn't even question, you wouldn't even click on this video if they were perfectly aligned with you. So follow your freaking gut, okay? We tend to overlook or say something like, oh, whatever, and ignore all these like tiny signals that that person is sending to us that are toxic or maybe misaligned with us. And our gut, our body knows it. So the more you follow your gut and decide to act on it and break up with those people, the more your relationship with your intuition is going to strengthen, okay? And this video is going to go deeper into it. Okay, so remember that your future self is not being run by guilt, but by his or her intuition, her gut feelings. That's why you need to stop feeling guilty for breaking up with them, but instead you should be proud of yourself for trusting yourself. I experienced this so many times. I kept repeating this mistake. So you shouldn't feel guilty because your gut has collected so many tiny signals that you ignored from their body language, from their tone of voice, from their energy, That's why you feel there's something off with them. And then as if you gaslighting yourself to thinking that they're actually good wasn't enough, they start to gaslight you. But let me tell you this, you are not imagining it, because otherwise you wouldn't feel that way if they were truly meant for you, okay? When I finally started to listen to my gut and then let go of all these connections until now that I don't have any friends, the second I miss someone, I'm able to feel instantly if they are aligned with me or not, because I learned to listen to my intuition. Call me psychic, but this is how it feels like to have a heightened intuition, okay? And you can reach that level too. Like literally, what's the point to feel guilty for it? But then there is only one last fear that is preventing you to do all of this, which is dealing with the aftermath of being alone, of the silence. I totally relate to this. But then I realized I would rather be alone than being surrounded by the wrong people. The more time you spend with people who are toxic, therefore drain you, who are misaligned with you, therefore make you feel misunderstood, the more you are pushing the version of you who is living your dream life away. Because guess what? You are the 5 people who you surround yourself with the most. The reason why you shouldn't be scared of being alone is because those people who you surround yourself with determine who you'll become in the future. And you really want to surround yourself with them out of all the people who are going to perfectly be aligned with you, who are going to understand you, who are going to be positive, supportive, and not drain the life out of you. And do you think that you're not going to find them? Like, stop having this scarcity mindset and start owning your power, because you are perfectly capable to attract those people. Maybe temporarily you're going to be in this lonely period, like me. At the beginning, I felt so lonely. I felt like, oh my God, how is it going to be possible? Like, I'm only 17 years old and I have, those high standards. The fact that I'm already very ahead of my peers. How the fuck am I going to find them? Then when I'm going to move in a bigger city, I'm going to encounter them, It's not impossible. The thing that really helped me to survive this period is to surround myself with people who are aligned with me on social media. Like, if you are like me, I really suggest you to watch Tom Core or The Wizard List. The thing that really made me think being alone is not that bad, because you're going to feel alone the same even if you're surrounded by a lot of people. You don't even know how many teens feel alone in the presence of their large friend group, So it's better to be alone, being surrounded by aligned people online who make you feel good, who are helping you to manifest faster your goals, rather than being dragged down by being surrounded by the wrong people, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you're behind or there's something wrong with you. It just means that you're ahead of your environment. You've outgrown your past relationships, your city, your town. Them being lonely is good. Like, every successful person, if you realize it or not, all went through this period of isolation because that was the period where they grew the most. If I never isolated myself or cut all these people off and therefore having no friends, I would never discover my purpose, okay? I would never be here. I would never get into self-development. Because by isolating yourself or carving out some minutes of isolation, even like 30 minutes per day, sitting in silence with yourself is going to do wonders for you, because you're going to discover who you are, what are your passions, all of these things that people search for their entire life and never end up finding them. Just because I did the thing that most people are scared of doing, which is isolating myself. Over time, I started to enjoy my own company. I became the best friend, the ideal romantic partner that I wanted by doing this. And therefore, it makes me be able to filter out all the people who are not meant for me, because I am perfectly able to be alone on my own. Because the thing that is keeping people stuck in toxic, misaligned relationships is because they are not able to enjoy their company. Once you learn that, you're going to be like, every time you're going to meet someone new, you're going to cut them off the second you feel like they're not aligned with you. Being alone is the secret to heighten your intuition, because you're going to listen to it more and not feeling guilty because you know perfectly who you are and there's nothing wrong with you, and like you're not harming people. You value yourself, your peace too much to feel sad for cutting them off. You're not wrong, you're not broken, you're just where you're meant to be, okay? And trust the process, because what if I tell you that if you implement all these things that I said in this video, you're going to finally reach your breakthrough? You're going to finally become the queen or the king that you are meant to be. And if you want to know what I learned from those friendship breakups and the red flags that I ignored, then watch this video. I'll see you there, Dreamaliner.